My lesson today is for a toddler-aged classroom. It's actually going to be a science-based lesson, and I know that this may seem a little high level for a toddler-aged classroom. However, we learned from the Morrison text that children learn best in very enriched environments, especially when those environments are enriched with linguistics or language. It has been cited that language development is easier and even faster for children when they have been reared or exposed to a linguistic-rich environment. We also learn in Morrison that one of the major developments at the 2-year-old level, which falls in the toddler range, is that of beginning to put vocabulary together with a symbol. So this too will be used in the lesson. The theorist that I was able to base my lesson on came first clearly from Montessori, as you can see with the child-sized chair and the child-sized flower pots and the small spoons instead of big planting shovels. Even the watering can that I chose is very child-friendly in the shape of a frog, so it would be very attractive to the toddler classroom. The other theory, or another part that was based on Montessori, was also the idea that the sensory aspect of the lesson. The children learn best by doing and by giving exposure to certain things. So later in the lesson I'll discuss how we're actually going to plant the flower and then discuss the different parts of the flower so that they learn both by seeing the words with the symbols as well as being able to experience it sensory-wise with dirt and flowers and water. The other theorist that I was able to base my lesson on was Vygotsky. He was instrumental in developing the scaffolding approach. This is where this lesson for toddlers begins to integrate with some of their already existing language. Most toddlers would already know that a plant has flowers and that a plant grows outside, and also we can start to add new concepts to that and specify that they need water and sun in a very toddler vocabulary to symbol type of way that you'll see through the lesson. Vygotsky was instrumental in this, in putting those building blocks together and piecing it together to make a nice steady base. The lesson also includes differentiation. Some of it will be geared towards those higher level or older toddlers in the classroom, while other parts of it really will focus on the sensory-driven toddler, maybe the new toddler who's looking to do the sensory base with the dirt and so forth. So the lesson starts with one of our, here, sort of a graphic organizer that I did put into a flower shape with blanks left for identification of what they are. Ideally, this could be on a smart board if a classroom was equipped with that. So we would start the discussion by asking the children what things they recognize. And as they said it, I could hand them the sticky with it. So if someone raised their hand and said, "Oh, I see a flower," they would be given it, and again, getting the sensory piece, they would be able to walk up to the board and put the flower right at that mark. Another idea that I had with the lesson was also to put the papers on the back of the child's chair. That way they could each get a turn. Especially this would help to differentiate the lesson if some of the toddlers were kind of losing interest. It could help them to get back into it through that sensory physical approach of, oh, okay, let me turn around, see what's on the back, and then they too would be called up in their turn, bringing with them the paper. This one says sun, and they could be supported in scaffolding through where the sun is, and it could go up there. So this was the first part of the lesson so that they get a background. This would stay up while we then move through to the full sensory part of the lesson, which I didn't bring in dirt or dig up my flowers for today, and it's hard to find them still in the store. So we're going to imagine that I have a big pile of dirt here, and they would be encouraged to be able to scoop the dirt into the flower pot, put the flower in, and then they could use their nice little froggy watering can to put the water in. The flowers then could sort of become a class project. We could put them on the windowsill, they could observe them each day. So this was my lesson, and hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you can use parts of it in your own toddler classrooms. Thanks so much.